like big mid-court logos of basketball and on football. You hate them. Now, some like UNC and Duke. Oh, there they are. That was really anticlimactic. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and you're about to see another edition of Cardinals football here on UDTV. Cole DeAndre ready to kick it away, and he will squib it down inside the 25. It's pitched back at the 20, and he's going to be pushed out just shy of the 30. Good team tackle from the Cardinals. I'm Steve Taylor alongside John Gidley, and the Cardinals now can clinch at least a share of the Suburban One American Conference title with the win tonight against the Hatboro Horsham Hatters. The Cardinals, of course, are 7-1 overall and a perfect 5-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, the Hatters are 2-6 overall and 2-3 in conference play.
Should be another big night for the Cardinals under clear skies and somewhat crisp temperature.
It sure is a beautiful night for football here. So the first snap will be a passing play, quick throw, caught, and makes a move outside the 30, 35, and a first down on the first play for the Hatters. That was the number 6, John O'Malley, who was one of the main focal points of this Hatters offense. Last week he had 12 receptions for 150 yards. And what's strange about the Hatboro Horsham Hatters is that they are a passing team, kind of like Upper Dublin. Most high school football teams run the ball a lot, but not the Hatters.
Absolutely not. As we mentioned, John O'Malley, 12 catches. Clearly it shows that the passing game's a strength for Hatboro.
They handed off this time and met at the line for no gain there. So the Cardinals secondary will really be tested tonight, as they really haven't been tested too much this year because most teams would like to run the ball. So second and about 8 for the Hatters, ball at the 39. And they'll come out in the I formation. It's number 12, Casey Walsh, the quarterback under center. He will roll to his left, coming from behind, is fumbled, and it is picked up by the Cardinals. That was, I believe that was number 22, Thomas Henning, the senior class treasurer, recovering the fumble.
He's had a couple of those big plays on defense this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he had the first touchdown at the new stadium. He made the game-ending sack against PW. And right there, he recovers the fumble. So the Cardinals defense gets an early turnover, and now Ryan Stover will lead the Cardinal offense onto the field in Hatboro Horsham territory.
The Cardinals will start from Hatboro Horsham's 31-yard line. 3 receivers bunched up to the left of Ryan Stover. It's a direct snap to number 21, David Bryant, and he's brought down at the 20.
So Bryant, an 11-yard gain on that one. Doesn't see a whole lot of carries. Mostly it's Cleefley and Johnley, but David Bryant able to make the most out of that one, gaining 11 yards and a Cardinal first down.
Yeah, kind of a trick play there.
Yeah, it was a direct snap to Bryant. So the Cardinals now 1st and 10 at the Hatters 20-yard line. Stover, that's Bryant again that takes the snap, and he's met right at the line. So 2 straight direct snaps to David Bryant, and Ryan Stover was actually lined up as a receiver on that play.
Yeah, now Khalif Lee's coming in. This is the 3rd play of the drive for Upper Dublin, and a little surprising that Khalif Lee's coming in that late.
Yeah, and that both snaps have gone to David Bryant instead of Ryan Stover. So 2nd down and about 11 as they lost a yard on that play. Cardinals come out in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Stover will throw to his right. That's number 6, Gary Fields, with the reception. And he pushes his way to about the 10-yard line. A good gain on second down.
Was he able to stay in bounds there?
I believe he was, and that'll bring up 3rd and short.
Nice play from him then.
Ryan Stover so good at those short throws, as he has such a cannon of an arm, he can get to his receivers quickly. So 3rd and about a yard to go. Cardinals come out in a power formation. They will hand it off to Khalif Lee, and he's inside the 10, so good enough for a Cardinal first down.
Khalif Lee showing that strength early with his first carry of the game.
Yeah, not a whole lot of running room for Khalif Lee that time, but he was able to pick up 2 or 3 yards and move the chains. It'll be now 1st and goal for the Cardinals.
First set of downs, Cards hoping to capitalize with just over 3 minutes into the game.
Well, the past 2 weeks we've seen touchdowns in the first 2 minutes of the game. This time it took a little longer, as we're almost 3 minutes into the game.
Well, it's a common theme at least.
It's definitely a good trend for the Cardinals. Cardinals come out in the I formation. They will hand off to Khalif Lee again. And Lee, not a whole lot of running room as he gets tackled about the 6-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 6 for the Cardinals, as they look to capitalize on the turnover and get an early lead here, as it is the Hatters' homecoming night tonight, and the Cardinals would love to spoil that. Hand off to the senior John Lee, and Lee tripped up at the 5-yard line.
Lee looks like he had a hole there to go to the end zone before he was tripped up, and as Coach Stover mentioned at the pep rally, we want to ruin Hatboro's homecoming.
That's right. Definitely a lot of emotion showed from this team earlier at the pep rally, which the seniors won, by the way.
Yeah,
they won Spirit Week. So 3rd and goal, ball marked at the 4-yard line. Cardinals come out in the shotgun. John Lee to Stover's right. Stover will throw and fakes it now, lobs it over the head of Matt Thompson, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
That was a nice pump fake there by Stover. Unfortunately, he overthrew Matt Thompson by a lot.
Yeah, he didn't have a big window right there. It's good coverage from the Hatters. And it looks like they're going to bring in the kicking team to attempt a field goal.
Cole DeAndrea has been very successful kicking his extra points and field goals as of late, especially in last week's game against Upper Moreland.
This one will be a 22-yard field goal, so pretty short. However, it is on the right side of the hash mark, which could be difficult.
Yeah, you never know.
Good snap, good hold, and the kick is blocked, and it's caught by Cole DeAndrea, and he's going to be tackled back at the 20-yard line. So a disastrous play on special teams.
Disastrous and a little strange, too. Kind of a wacky play you don't see every day.
So, if a field goal is missed in that situation, the Hatters will start at the 12-yard line. Instead, now they start at the 24-yard line. So a big break for the Hatters there. And I didn't see who that was, but somebody just came unblocked and an easy blocked field goal for him.
Yeah, he had plenty of room now. Although Upper Dublin had a blocked field goal there, it does give the Hatters favorable field position and the Cardinals mindset. They're at the 24-yard line, their own 24-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, Walsh looking deep. He's got a man and a diving catch across the 40. A great snag there by number 40.
Was that?
That's Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's listed as a middle linebacker and a running back, so a dual threat on both sides of the ball.
Was that 40? I thought I saw 34 for whatever reason.
Well, I'm not sure who it was exactly, but regardless, it was a phenomenal catch.
Yeah, all that matters. Pretty good catch.
That'll be a gain of about 18 yards. Ball at the 42 for the Hatters. They will hand it off up the middle and cut down quickly at the 45 for a gain of 3. That's number 1, Charlie Obrecht.
Hit him.
What?
Hit him.
I'll check.
This is the way Rice fights on.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that.
Hatters facing a 2nd and 7, come out again in the I formation. Number 6, that's John O'Malley, the star receiver for Hatboro, on the bottom of your screen. But we have a timeout called by Hatboro Horsham. So with 6:22 left in the first quarter, game is scoreless. Again, I'm Stevie Taylor alongside John Gidley. If you're just joining us, you missed a pretty action-packed first 6 minutes. Cardinals force a fumble, recovered by Tom Henning, deep inside Hatboro Horsham territory. But they have a field goal blocked, and that's where we stand right now.
That's a pretty early timeout called with little over halfway through the first quarter, is it not?
Yeah, it looks like just a miscommunication between the Hatters offensively. Again, as we mentioned, the Cardinals 5-0 in conference play. They have 2 games left, this one and next week against Upper Merion. If they win tonight, they guarantee at least a share of that conference title. Meanwhile, Cheltenham is playing PW, the 2 one-loss teams in the conference. So one of those teams will be out, and the other team will hope Upper Dublin loses next week.
That's a big game. Is that at PW?
I am not sure, actually. But right now the Cardinals focus on Hatboro Horsham. 2nd and 7 for the Hatters. Ball at the 45. Draw up the middle and no gain that time. Good defensive play from the Cardinals. So a big 3rd and 7 now coming for the Cardinal defense. Again, as we mentioned, the Hatters a very good passing team. So 3rd and long is manageable even for them. Quick throw embedded down at the line. That's Tom Henning making his 2nd big play of the game. And the Hatters will have to punt.
He's been a huge defensive threat to anyone that Upper Dublin has faced this year.
That's right. He has been a force to reckon with for sure. So back to receive the punt, that's number 1, Michael Cottom, and we've seen a lot of explosiveness from him this year. The punt is almost blocked, and a flag is thrown. That's going to be a tough call. That was number 56, Jack Rapine, who almost blocked it and kind of just ran into the kicker. So if it's a roughing the kicker, it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down. But if it's just running in the kicker, it'll be 4th and 2.
A little off topic, but that punt was up in the air for a long time, wasn't it?
It sure was. Let's see what this is a big call, because if it's only running into the kicker, it won't be a first down. That's a tough play for Rapine, because in one way, if you go for the block, then you want to get the block, obviously, but if you miss it and run into the punter, then that's going to be a penalty, and unfortunately that's what it was. So I believe it is only a 5-yard penalty instead of that 15-yard penalty. So it'll be 4th and 2 now for the Hatters at midfield. And they are now lining up to go for it on 4th and 2. So a big play now for the Cardinal defense. Walsh in the gun. He will throw quick play, and a great play there from the Cardinal defense. Number 21, that's David Bryant, and number 10, Matt Thompson, in to make the play. And a turnover on downs. And that penalty flag might have actually helped the Cardinals.
Yeah, Bryant was coming in with a full head of steam as soon as the ball was snapped. Great play by the defense once again.
Yeah, he read that beautifully and got to the receiver quickly to bring him down for a yard loss. So with 5:17 to go in the first quarter, still scoreless, the Cardinals will take over at the Hatboro Horsham 47-yard line. Hands off to John Lee up the middle, and he pushes his way forward and lost the ball. Hatters say they have it. We'll see if they marked him down. Luckily for the Cardinals, I think they marked him down, although he might have lost that one.
Well, if they marked him down, then the ground can't cause a fumble, you know.
Yeah, and there's no replays, obviously, in high school football, so the Cardinals maybe got away with a break there. They'll give John Lee a yard on the play, so 2nd and 9 for the Cardinals. Stover will throw, and off the hands of Gary Fields, just out of the reach. That was off his fingertips, incomplete.
Yeah, it was nearly intercepted, a little off the mark there for Stover.
So now 3rd and 9, which again, for most high school football teams, it's a death sentence. But for the Cardinals and the Hatters, both strong passing teams, it's not the end of the world. 3rd and 9 for the Cardinals. Stover in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to his left. John Lee at his side. Stover, pressure coming. Makes him in, miss, now going deep. And he's got it for the first down. That was a great throw from Ryan Stover. And he finds number 2, Michael Sowers. And a late penalty flag on that. Might be a late hit on Hatboro Horsham.
Yeah, it looked like Sowers was hit just as he was going out of bounds. I'm not surprised that the flag was thrown.
Great play from Ryan Stover to evade the pressure and find Michael Sowers downfield to pick up the first down. And the penalty against the Hatters will move the Cardinals deeper into the Hatboro Horsham territory. They will mark the ball now around the 5-yard line. Officially marked at the 7. 1st and goal for the Cardinals. Trying to capitalize this time inside the 10. Power formation. Tamir Bailey and John Lee right behind Stover and Khalif Lee behind them. But first we're going to have a stoppage of play as the referees need to figure something out.
Position of the ball maybe.
And we're back now ready to play. Again, that power formation for the Cardinals. Hand off to John Lee. And Lee inside the 5, close to the end zone. But he's going to be spotted down at the 1-yard line.
I can see a direct run here. Stover giving to John Lee or Khalif Lee, and either one of them punching it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, it's worked so great for them all season. That power run game. They've only 2nd and goal and ball at the 1-yard line. Again, in that power formation, Tamir Bailey, John Lee, and Khalif Lee in the backfield. This time, John Lee bobbles the snap, but able to jump back on it. Heads up play from the senior as they lose 4 yards, but a lot better than losing possession.
Yeah, they're still in decent field position at the 6-yard line, and it's 3rd down, so again, they could get a score here.
So a couple of unlucky plays for the Cardinals down inside the red zone. That block kick, and then, of course, their fumble right there. So in the shotgun now, 3 receivers to the left, Khalif Lee, Gary Fields, Matt Thompson. Let's see if we see a quick wide receiver screen. That's what they like to do in this situation. 3rd and goal from the 6. Thompson in motion. Stover rolls to his left into the end zone. Caught Matt Thompson with the touchdown, but there is a penalty flag, and that could be coming back. Great throw and great catch from the Cardinals there, but again, I think this might be coming back.
Yeah, it was a shame. As you mentioned, great throw, great catch, and it would have put the Cardinals up. Well, we'll see what the penalty is.
And it is indeed against the Cardinals. That'll back them up now 3rd and goal from about the 16-yard line, I believe. They're actually going to mark that back at the 20.
Some fans certainly more impassioned than others here.
Well, we take our football very seriously at Upper Dublin. This is for perhaps a conference title, so of course this is very passionate fans. And I must say, it's a beautiful stadium here at Hatboro Horsham, our first time here.
It is. Certainly is. It's new, too, reasonably at least.
Again, the Cardinals and Hatters haven't played since 2005. As Stover takes the snap over the middle. He's got Thompson, and the penalty does not matter. Ryan Stover finds Matt Thompson anyway. A 20-yard touchdown pass, and the Cardinals take the lead.
And that was arguably an even better play than the one that got revoked.
It sure was. So 6-0 Cardinals take the lead. 20-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Stover to Matt Thompson. And now DeAndre will attempt the extra point. That one is up, and this time it is good. So with 2:58 left in the first quarter, Cardinals lead 7-0.
That was a boomer of an extra point there.
It sure was. So we're back ready for the kickoff. Cardinals, of course, leading 7-0 after that beautiful throw from Ryan Stover to Matt Thompson. And Cole D'Angelo will squib it away once again. D'Angelo squibs it and bobbled, and it'll go out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Fantastic squib kick from Cole D'Angelo.
That took a bounce right before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, it bounced, and then the Hatboro Horsham return man bobbled it out of bounds.
Yeah.
So no penalty.
Yeah, I asked that because if the ball goes out of bounds on the fly, then it's a penalty.
That's right. So the Hatters start deep inside their own territory, marked at the 17-yard line. They will pitch it to the right and hit in the backfield and thrown for a loss. Great pursuit from the Cardinal defense, and Tamir Bailey is down. That is not a good sight to see. Tamir Bailey, a huge part of this Cardinal team, and he is down. We'll hope he's all right, of course. I didn't see what happened. Did you see, John?
I didn't know. I saw his helmet come off, though. I'm guessing that was from him, though.
Yeah, the senior immediately went down to the ground, and we have the trainer down. Tamir. And the stadium falls quiet, of course. It looks like his right leg is what is causing him pain. This would be a huge loss for the Cardinals, both offensively and defensively. Able to make to his feet and given a round of applause with a noticeable limp, but it's a good thing that he can walk off on his own power.
Yeah, certainly a good sign.
Gives a few high fives to his teammates. As Tamir Bailey, usually number 3, but tonight he's wearing the number 5 for whatever reason, and we hope he's able to return, if not tonight, then definitely next week for senior night at what could be his final home game next week.
Wouldn't want to miss that.
So back to action now. It'll be 2nd and 13 for the Hatters. And Walsh will take the snap, hands it off, and a short gain there. Cardinals shutting down the Hatters' run game thus far. And we see Tamir Bailey on the bench getting some attention to his right ankle or leg area, so we'll give you any updates, of course, if we see any.
Hatters now at about the 17-yard line.
Yes, back at the original line of scrimmage. Now 3rd and 10 for the Hatters. Walsh will most likely put it in the air here on 3rd and long. 3 receivers to his left. He will take the snap, and he's going deep over the middle into double coverage, and almost a spectacular catch made by, I believe that was O'Malley out there, but it falls incomplete.
And broken up by Ryan Stover.
The do-it-all junior.
Well, most of the players on here multitask at one point or another.
That's right. We see a lot of players, both offensive and defensive. Usually you don't see the quarterback playing defense, though. So the Hatters will have to punt again. Michael Cottom standing at the Hatboro 45.
Yeah, this is a good position for Michael Cottom. He's in opposing territory.
And it's a fairly decent punt. It'll bounce around the 45. Good Hatboro bounce. And that is a great bounce for the Hatters. It bounced about 20 yards there. And it'll be marked down back at the Upper Dublin 34.
Had a bit of a scuffle there between Charlie Obrecht, number 1, and number 56 of Upper Dublin, Jack Rapine.
And they're still yapping at each other as they walk down the field. So we'll have to keep an eye on that little rivalry throughout the night. 1:24 left in the first quarter. Cardinals leads 7-0, and they're about to get the ball, or they're about to start their third drive of the night.
Upper Dublin will begin here from the Hatboro 49-yard line at the moment, at least.
Seemed to be at a 15-yard penalty, maybe a unnecessary roughness or personal foul. I'm not sure because the ball was marked back at the 34. But regardless, Cardinals start near midfield, so third straight drive with fantastic field position. They come out in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Stover will throw to his left, and behind the intended receiver, Khalif Lee, it looks like a miscommunication there.
Yeah, that'll bring up the second down.
$1:21 left in the first quarter. Again, Cardinals leading 7-0 here on Hatboro Horsham's homecoming night. Second and 10 for the Cardinals. They'll come out in the pistol. John Lee to the left of Ryan Stover, Khalif Lee behind him. They will hand off to Khalif Lee. And Lee breaks a tackle and still going. And now Khalif Lee off to the races. 20, 15, 10, 5, and Khalif Lee with the 50-yard touchdown run. What a second effort from Khalif Lee.
9 touchdowns in 4 games now. He has been on fire.
Certainly has, John. And Khalif Lee gives the Cardinals now a 13-0 lead. It looks like he was stopped for a short gain, was able to break free and take it 50 yards for the Cardinal touchdown.
That kind of a Marshawn Lynch run there.
So 13-0 Cardinals with the lead. D'Andrea to make it a 14-0 game. And the extra point is up, and that is good. So 14-0, a minute 9 left in the first quarter, and a fantastic start for the Cardinals on the road.
Cole D'Andrea now with a couple of booming extra points.
He's looked very confident. He made, 4 out of 4 last week, 4 out of 5 against PW, and now 2 for 2 tonight. So Cardinals now with a 14-0 advantage, set to kick it away. Cole D'Andrea squibs it away. And another great squib kick. That one fielded at the 20, across the 30, and a good return. That was number 1 Charlie Ulbricht out to the 35 for the Hatters. Best starting field position of the night so far for the Hatters.
That's right. Just a handful of yards away from Upper Dublin territory.
Yeah, for most of the time they've been pinned inside their own 20.
Not that we're complaining about that.
Definitely not. So the Cardinal defense back to work. I formation for the Hatters. Walsh will hand it off. That's Ulbricht who goes up the middle. And maybe a yard there for the senior. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Hatters. Cardinal defense really shutting down the run game so far for the Hatters in this first quarter.
Shutting down the offense in general, really.
I think they've only had 1 first down so far in the first quarter. Hatters, 2nd and 9 from the 36. Another I formation look for the Hatters. That's the lone receiver, O'Malley. Fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, and off the hands of the intended receiver. He was looking for number 34, Kyle Owens, but it just went right through the hands.
That was an easy catch, too. He had nobody touching him.
That'll bring up 3rd and 9, so the Hatters keep shooting themselves in the foot here, getting themselves in long third downs.
Just 12.4 seconds to go before the start of the second quarter.
And a pretty decent showing from the Cardinals fans on this road game.
That's right. Took a little while for them to file in, but a crowd's a crowd.
That's right. So 3rd and 9 for the Hatters. Walsh in the gun. He will take the snap. Pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked. Fantastic effort there from the Cardinal defense. Number 56, Jack Rapine, was one of the guys there.
Thomas Henney, number 22, is the other. And with the police siren, that means the end of the first quarter.
A dominating first quarter so far for the Cardinals. We will be right back here on UDTV. Cardinals lead it 14-0. Welcome back to UDTV. Cardinal football here for you here tonight. Cardinals lead 14-0 as we begin the second quarter. And the Hatters about to punt it away. A booming kick, really, as Michael Cotton will field it and kind of spobble it, but falls back on it at the 45-yard line. So good field position for the Cardinals. C.V. Taylor alongside now Paul Sutton as my color commentator. We have John Gidley on the mic. And Paul, what did you make of the first quarter?
I thought Upper Dublin got off to a good start by forcing a turnover there from Hatboro Horsham, really getting in their skin, and then, just seeing pretty much the same old, getting past to Matt Thompson for a touchdown, and then a nice running play by Cleve Lee, 49 yards to get the touchdown. Pretty much the same old story that we've been seeing in the past 3 weeks.
That's right, a dominant defense and then a balanced offensive attack with Ryan Stover at the helm. So he will take the snap and the pistol, hands off to Khalif Lee, and this time Lee only gets about 2 or 3 yards.
Well, Cleve Lee, he has his little gains and then he's got his big gains. You just got to be patient with him. He'll get his gains. He'll get his touchdowns.
That's right. He gets those 3, 4, 5 yard carries and then he'll break it for 30 or 40 yards.
It's almost just like to kind of fool the other defense, hey, I'm not running it that much. And then he just goes and bolts off. And it's just like.
2nd and 9 for the Cardinals. At their own 46, they'll come out with 3 receivers to the left. John Lee to Ryan Stover's left. Stover rolling to the left. Pressure coming, and he didn't see him. And a huge hit on Ryan Stover. Luckily, he bounces right back up. And he did not see that hit coming at all.
Man, he came like at Stover like a freight train, and he did not notice it really getting knocked down there. And you could see Coach Stover talking to his son, Ryan Stover, about, hey, you got to watch yourself there. And, communication's key for this offensive line and the rest of the players on there. They need to let Stover know, hey, there's a guy coming to your side and about to tackle you.
That's right, because, and quarterbacks have that internal clock that they know they need to get rid of the ball for. And it seemed like it was in slow motion. We saw him coming, and unfortunately Stover wasn't able to get rid of the ball. So 3rd and a mile now for the Cardinals, 16 yards to be exact. Stover will roll to his right. Now throw back to his left for John Barrett. Somehow keeps his footing as he kind of tripped up there, but not much on that play, and the Cardinals will go 3 and out. So Cards will punt it away now after going 3 and out. Under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter.
This isn't really typical for what the Cardinals have done. They've always gotten points on all their drives so far. Well, actually, they did have the blocked field goal, but they did have point opportunities. So this is kind of a change of pace, but they'll get it out and it'll be good.
And that's Cole DeAndre. The punt almost blocked, but guess what? A good punt. bobbled, and a huge hit there, and that'll be recovered by the Cardinals. A huge hit delivered. That was number 21, David Bryant. What a hit from the Cardinal defender.
Boom, he really hit him hard there, and great job by the rest of the Upper Dublin special teams to just get on the ball and get it back. So, hey, I can't even say they now got a scoring opportunity, so, I can't say that they didn't get a scoring opportunity on every drive almost.
And it was a clean hit from David Bryant. So just like that, Cardinals, as you mentioned, Paul, back in scoring position now at the Hatboro Horsham 29-yard line. Turnovers definitely a key for the Cardinals this season, and tonight no different. They've already forced 2 fumbles. So Ryan Stover in the offense back out there. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right in the shotgun. John Lee to Ryan Stover's left. Ryan Stover with the snap. Pressure coming. Throws over the middle. Matt Thompson, and that is another Cardinal touchdown. The senior's second touchdown reception of the night. This one from 29 yards out, and the Cardinals lead it 20-0.
Great job there by Matt Thompson. Just same old story, I got to say. Nice pass there by Ryan Stover. It seems like he's found his 2 favorites there with Matt Thompson and Khalif Lee.
That's right. Definitely a heavy attack from the offense. And then if those 2 aren't enough, they also have John Lee, Gary Fields, John Barrett. They have a plethora of weapons. Extra point is up, and we have a false start actually on the Cardinals, so we'll have to re-kick it now from the 7-yard line. Re-kick the extra point. So now the extra point attempt from the 7-yard line. That one is no problem for Cole DeAndrea. 21-0 Cardinals, and they are rolling here at Hatboro Horsham's homecoming night. Definitely putting a damper on the Hatters' homecoming.
You can't go wrong with that. I mean, they said it during the pep rally that we did have today. They wanted to dampen it. We stomped on red and black balloons in the middle of the gymnasium to kind of show the pummeling that we were going to give to Hatboro Horsham, and it seemed to might have carried over.
They certainly are pummeling the Hatters right now, up 21-0 early in the second quarter. So Cole DeAndrea ready to kick it away now for the 4th time tonight. 3 of those after the touchdowns and, of course, the opening kickoff. And every time he's had a perfect squib kick, so we'll see if he can go for it again. And that more of a line drive kick, but it bounces and gives the Hatters trouble. Bobbled and now finally picked up at the 5-yard line. Another great kick from DeAndrea across the 15, and he's tackled at the 16. Good special teams by the Cardinals.
Well, I'll say Hatboro Horsham has had issues with trying to pick up the football on their punt returns, their kick returns, and it's shown. I mean, it's given them really bad field position. Great position for the Cardinals to make some defensive gains, and then they got some turnovers from it. So that's the one thing that I think Hatboro Horsham needs to work on, but they are down 21-0, so there's a bunch of things they need to work on.
Yeah, field position has definitely been a key tonight. Almost every one of the Hatters' possession has been inside their own 20. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have started in Hatboro Horsham territory almost every one of their drives. So again, Hatboro in bad field position, ball at the 16-yard line, down 21-0. Walsh will take the snap and throw outside, caught but tackled immediately. Catch made by number 21, Charlie Ulbricht, and a nice tackle there from Matt Thompson for a short gain.
Nothing wrong with that. And 9:05 left here, so they really got to rush. I mean, the clock's running down. Not too much, but I mean, considering on how far they are down in the game, Hatboro Horsham needs to realize they need to get back in this. I mean, they are 2-6 this year. So they really haven't shown much. But the only 2 games that they did win was Upper Marion and Wissahickon, which both teams we did beat.
Well, we've beaten everybody so far, Paul, as Walsh will throw again to Ulbricht and makes a man miss and then gets across the 30. Good play from Ulbricht, and that'll pick up another Hatter first down.
Yep, and that's a good play there by Hatboro Horsham. And one thing I'd like to point out, I think that's not their normal jerseys, as it looks like it's a special blackout jersey for Hatboro Horsham. This is a blackout for them. Looks good.
Yeah, they do look nice. Look sharp on homecoming night, but so far not going as planned.
Yeah, well, there's no logos on there, so you might get a little confused on which team's playing, but that is Hatboro Horsham out there.
Yeah, and you can also tell by the giant HH in the middle of the field. So Walsh will take the snap in the shotgun. He'll throw outside again to Ulbricht. That's his 3rd straight catch. And Thompson able to push him out of bounds. Close to another Hatter first down. So Walsh finding Charlie Ulbricht on 3 straight pass plays to open up this drive. And we haven't seen a whole lot from number 6, John O'Malley, the senior for Hatboro Horsham. He had 12 catches for 150 yards last week, but tonight he only has about a catch or 2, I believe.
That's your impact performer right there. And Cardinals defenses have just been able to shut down guys like that. You get Tyler Whitmore last week, they shut him down. Probably one of the fastest men in the state.
That one deep over the middle, broken up nicely by number 21, David Bryant. There is a penalty flag down, so we'll see what that is, but a great play by David Bryant. He's had a good game tonight. That he forced that fumble on the punt return, and then a nice play there.
Yeah, I didn't really see too much wrong with that, but we'll see what the officials say. It might not even be on Upper Dublin. It could be on Hatboro Horsham. We don't know yet, but I mean, it was a good pass, and he just couldn't capitalize on it. Looks like more Upper Dublin fans are streaming into the game. You know, there are different things that people have to do throughout the day. So, I mean, coming a little bit late. A crowd's a crowd, as we've said before. Can't go wrong with that. So it looks like it is going to be on the Cardinals, that penalty. So not what they wanted to see.
And that'll give the Hatters a first down inside Upper Dublin territory, ball marked at the 47-yard line.
Well, looks like they haven't really moved the chains, though, which, now they're moving them now.
Just as we speak.
But we'll see what Hatboro Horsham can do here, as they need a good play. So you got number 6 and number 9. So you got Matt Reamer and John O'Malley on the side.
Walsh will take the snap, roll, and the throw to Ulbricht. Almost a great catch along the sideline. Tight coverage from Matt Thompson there, and that was a tough catch, but almost made by Ulbricht.
I think he's been dropping a couple passes tonight from what I've seen, so he needs to get that out of his head. Matt Thompson, he's doing everything. You know, he's defending those receivers. He's making the touchdowns, showing his value.
That's right. Great coverage from Matt Thompson that time. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Hatters. Hatters in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Walsh. Walsh will take the snap, quick throw, and bobbled, and that'll be incomplete. Again, tight coverage from the Cardinals. Number 21, David Bryant. We said that name a lot tonight. That time he makes the play for the Cardinals.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Not too much of a game for Hatboro Horsham. I mean, it is 3rd down. Actually, no gain there, but...
Yep, 3rd and 10 for the Hatters. Already trailing 21-0, as we've mentioned.
I mean, their main game was their running game, but then you had Kingsley Navarro. He's doing all right. He had that injury a couple weeks back where he had to get carted off the field in an ambulance. Hopefully he's doing all right now, which that's what we've heard.
Yeah, definitely a good thing for him as Walsh takes the snap, nowhere to throw. Now he'll throw down the sideline, and a sideline catch. Did he get his feet in bounds? They're going to say he was out of bounds. Almost a highlight reel catch, but instead he was out of bounds, and that'll bring a 4th down.
Yeah, that was a great catch by him, but you got to make sure you stay in bounds. I mean, these refs are going to catch you on it. And as I was saying about Kingsley Namora, he was there pretty much the game. I talked with people that do cover Hatboro Horsham sports. They said he was the one of the reasons why they were doing really good, like staying in it, like playing competitively. And once they lost him, they knew that their season was done.
Yeah, it was a serious injury. As we mentioned, he had to be taken to the hospital. Luckily for him, he's a junior, so if he is able to recover and come back, he will be able to play next year for the Hatters. So 4th and 10, and down by 21, the Hatters are going to go for it. Walsh with the snap, rolling to his right. The throw, and it is caught by Obrecht. Enough for a first down. They needed 10, they got 11.
He actually made the catch inbounds this time. That's what matters, so... And let's see what Hatboro Horsham can do here. They're almost in the red zone for the first time tonight, and that could be wonders for them. As any momentum is good momentum, but Upper Dublin can easily take it right back when their next drive.
Obrecht so far is Walsh's favorite receiver. He's had 5 catches tonight, and we're not even at halftime yet. 7:52 left in the second quarter to be exact. Again, Cardinals leading 21-0.
I mean, there's been so many injuries with Hatboro Horsham that they got to really focus on one player, truthfully.
And we have penalty flags right away. Or, excuse me, a timeout. Spoke too soon. So timeout called by Coach Dover. He didn't like what he saw on the defensive side. And that'll give us the chance to recap the game a little bit for you. As we mentioned, 21-0 Cardinals lead. 2 touchdown passes from Ryan Stover to Matt Thompson. The other touchdown, a 50-yard scamper from Khalif Lee. And the Cardinals have dominated pretty much every aspect of the game so far. Again, I'm Stevie Taylor alongside Paul Sutton. John Gidley on the camera right now. And if the Cardinals win tonight, they clinch at least a share of the Suburban One American Conference title. And next week, they can clinch the outright title with a win over the currently winless Upper Marion Vikings. That'll be senior night at the Cardinal Nest next week.
That kind of makes me wonder. I don't know why they didn't have either our homecoming game tonight with Spirit Week or have Spirit Week next week. I know it's Halloween, but...
Yeah, it was kind of a weird scheduling thing. Maybe they wanted homecoming in October, not November. I'm not sure exactly.
I mean, the thing is, it's still... That could be the truth of the matter, but... I mean, it still wouldn't have been... Halloween is Friday of homecoming.
Well, yeah, that's right. But regardless, that's not our problem. Walsh takes the snap, looking deep down the field into double coverage, and makes the catch. That was O'Malley, the weapon we've talked so much about. What a play, and he's marked down inside the Upper Dublin 5 around the 2-yard line. What a catch.
That's a highlight reel catch right there. I mean, you said that Charlie Albright, his catch, John O'Malley's catch, you said Albright's catch was highlight reel, but then you see O'Malley's and you're like, wow. And it looks like this is going to really put Hatboro Horsham in a good spot to get some points.
Tight coverage there from the Cardinals, but just a better catch from John O'Malley, the receiver we've talked so much about. So now the Hatters marked at the 1-yard line, trying to get back into this game. They will hand it off, and he is in for the touchdown, and the Hatters on the board now. It's 21-6. So the Cardinals lead now cut down to 15 points. The extra point can make it 14. Extra point up, and that is good. So 21-7 now. Cardinals lead with 7:38 to go. (21-7) Cardinals lead. 7:38 left in the second quarter. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at UD_broadcasting, and also check out our YouTube channel, Upper Dublin Broadcasting. We post all the games, all the highlights, all the post-game shows we create. And it won't be just for football. We'll post basketball, baseball, and most sporting events that we cover.
We do cover all the other events as well. We'll try to get volleyball. We try to get water polo. Everything. We'll try to get it up on that YouTube channel. We also like to thank Mark Zumoff, if you do hear any of our broadcasts, for following us on Twitter.
Number 100.
Number 100, right on the dot.
Kicked away. That'll be fielded by Khalif Lee. And Lee has room to run across the 35 and tackle the 37, so a good return from Khalif Lee that time.
Looks like he kind of tripped up there, so that's not going to be, hopefully, big of a problem, but not as good field position as Upper Dublin has had before.
And I see number 5, Tamir Bailey, was on the field for that play. So it's good to see the senior back in action, as we saw him down injured in pain earlier, but he was back on the field. They're probably going to limit his snaps tonight since the Cardinals are up by 14. Hopefully get him healthy for not only next week, but for the playoffs.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt your guy in a game like this, especially considering how Hatboro Horsham plays it. But you don't want to go and lower the expectations of the game.
Khalif Lee gets the handoff, cuts across the side, and he's got room to run. I do see a penalty flag thrown, so that could be coming back. A great run from Khalif Lee, though. Unfortunately, I think it's coming back, and it is a holding call against the Cardinals.
It's a shame to see that, especially considering how good the run was by Khalif Lee. But we'll just go and do it again.
That's right, Paul. So they'll push the Cardinals back a little farther. As we mentioned before, Khalif Lee on an incredible hot streak. 3 touchdowns against rival WIS, 3 touchdowns against PW in that huge win, which put them in first place, sole possession of first place. And then last week, 2 touchdowns in the homecoming game against Upper Moreland. So far, he already has 1 tonight against Hatboro Horsham. He's just been incredible. So, 1st and 17 now after the holding call for the Cardinals. The handoff is to John Lee, and Lee gets nowhere as he was met right away. It'll be 2nd and long for the Cardinals.
Yeah, well, they gotta really get it here. I mean, they're in a bad spot, 2nd and 18. But hey, a good run or a really nice pass, which we've seen that before. And it's not something that is unexpected to see out of Ryan Stover. But I mean, we do have Khalif Lee coming off, so who knows?
And still 6.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Hatboro Horsham could get a touchdown if they get a stop here, and suddenly they're right back in the game. You don't want to give the Hatters any momentum on their home field, especially on homecoming night. Stover takes the snap, quick throw to John Barrett. He makes a diving catch. Good play by him just to pick up a few yards, and that'll make it a more manageable 3rd down for the Cardinals.
And this is really not in the best spot for Upper Dublin, but we can... they got 3rd and 13, so they got some yards, but they're really going to need a big play here.
So as Paul mentioned, 3rd and 13 for the Cardinals. They come out with 2 receivers to the right, and number 2, Michael Cottam in motion. Michael Sowers, that was. Stover will throw. He's going over the middle and off the hands, and Matt Thompson takes a vicious hit there, but he pops back up, and there's going to be a penalty flag, which will give the Cardinals a 1st down. I think that's a good call. That was an unnecessary hit by the Hatter defender.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, they better be throwing that flag, because they really did not need to do that. I mean, he missed the catch, so why do you need to hit him after that? It's not a type of situation that you need to do, especially when you're down 21-7. You need to avoid those penalties, and that's not what Hatboro has done.
Yeah, they were about to get the ball back, too. And in the NFL, they might get away with that, but definitely in high school, when they're trying to protect the players from hits like that. Luckily for the Cardinals and Matt Thompson, he appears to be okay. And the Hatters obviously not pleased with that call, but I believe it was the right call, in fact. So the personal foul will give the Cardinals 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Well, hey, the Cardinals are taking advantage of their opportunities. I mean, they're running down the clock, which is good, because then it will give Hatboro Horsham not really an opportunity to for a scoring chance. But anything can happen here, and I think Upper Dublin will drive it right in again.
The last time you said that, Paul, anything can happen. That was on 4th and 2 when Matt Thompson caught an amazing catch to tie the game against PW. So we'll see what happens here. So over to John Barrett, and nothing too special on that play, Paul, but a solid 7-yard gain for the Cardinals on first down.
John Barrett, I mean, he's kind of appeared up on the radar this year and really has done a fantastic job the past few games. I mean, we didn't really know who exactly he was at the beginning of the season, but we really started to know his name and know what he can do.
That's right. The junior has been a reliable tight end for the Cardinals, catching a few passes here and there, and even a touchdown pass against Abington in the early part of the season. So the Cardinals will come out in the pistol, hand off to Khalif Lee, and Lee tripped up around the line of scrimmage for a short gain, and then it'll bring up third and about a yard, maybe 2 for the Cardinals.
Their scoreboard's showing 2, so I think that we'll go with that. But Khalif Lee doing those small gains, I mean, maybe he'll have a nice large one here, but he'll definitely get you some gain. Like you don't lose yards with Khalif Lee.
That's right. It's a third and short now for the Cardinals, trying to move the chains and keep the drive alive. Power formation for the Cardinals. Stover's just going to keep it, and he's going to push his way. Ball came loose, but they're going to mark him down. He pushes his way to the 40-yard line, and the quarterback keeps it for a Cardinal first down.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, those QB sneaks, you know, teams don't really expect it as much, but they work. All right. Whatever works is what you need to do to score. I don't care if it's unconventional. Just do it.
That's right. They definitely caught the Hatter defense off guard there. And that's enough to move the chains. Terrible camera.
Oh, he's getting good camera.
Cardinals come out in the shotgun. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Stover in trouble, and he's going to go down back at the 47-yard line, surrounded by black jerseys. And that'll be a 6 or 7 yard loss for the Cardinals.
Once I saw one of the Hatboro Horsham defenders get through, I knew there was going to be a second one coming right through, right for Stover. Just a hole that just kind of opened up for Upper Dublin's offensive line, which they don't need.
Yeah, the offensive line held up for the most part, but good coverage from the Hatters. Stover had nowhere to throw it, and eventually the pressure got to him. So officially a 7-yard loss on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 17 for the Cardinals as we hit the 3.5-minute mark before halftime. 21-7, Cardinals in front. Number 2, Michael Sowers in motion. Screen pass to John Lee, and John Lee has a lot of room to run. Lee across the 35, still going, and finally wrapped up at the 31, close to the line, the first down line. And that'll bring up either 3rd and short or a first down. Let's see what. They're going to give him 16 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals. They converted on the 3rd and 1 a few moments ago. Let's see if they can do it again.
I think we're going to see a Khalif Lee run here to get the first down for Upper Dublin.
And indeed it is a Khalif Lee, and then Khalif Lee is a hole, and almost broke at that time, but tripped up after a few yards. Another first down for the Cardinals as they continue to run the clock as we are under 3 minutes to go. A great drive from the Cardinals. They're killing clock, and they're moving down the field.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. If you get those first downs, you're not going to be killing the clock if you're getting them off the bat, but they're getting them like over time. I mean, it's allowing them to kind of develop their team as a whole, and then just kind of work from there.
Khalif Lee again receives the handoff, and he pushes his way across the 20. They will mark him about the 18-yard line, so halfway to the first down.
I mean, I think Stover really wants Khalif Lee to get another touchdown here. You know, he's got one tonight. He's gotten 2 last week, and then he got 3 the week before, and then I think 3 the week before that.
He had 3 against West, 3 against PW, and 2 against Upper Moreland. Already, as we mentioned, 1 tonight. And they'll give him 6 right there, so it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Cardinals. Again in the power formation, Cardinals just trying to run the ball down Hatboro Horsham's throat. Khalif Lee again, and this time he's met right at the line, might have even lost a yard. That was a good tackle there from Hatboro Horsham. Khalif Lee had no chance.
Yeah, they just broke through the offensive line and just got him. But, you know, we'll just try again here, and they didn't lose anything, so the statement still is right about, you know, Khalif Lee, you won't lose yards with him.
And the Hatters used their second timeout to stop the clock with 1:47. That'll bring up 3rd and about a long 4 or a short 5, depending on how you see it, that the Cardinals face. Again, Cardinals a perfect 5-0 in conference play. If they win tonight, they clinch at least a share of the conference title. If they win this week and next week, they clinch the outright title, which would end PW's 3 straight conference titles. The last time the conference was won by the Cardinals was 2010 when they shared it with Cheltenham. And Upper Dublin looking to win the title this time outright. Next week, the Cardinals get Upper Merion, who, as we mentioned earlier, are winless. And who the Cardinals have won almost every matchup they've played against Upper Merion in the past few years. They've dominated the Vikings. 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals. Ball at the Hatboro Horsham 23-yard line. Fakes the handoff to John Lee over the middle, and Matt Thompson somehow made the catch. He got hit hard as he got hit, but what a catch from Matt Thompson to move the chains.
I mean, he just seems to keep getting those big catches for Upper Dublin, and that's the positive with him. But I'm not sure. Maybe Hatboro Horsham might be, trying to really send a message for Upper Dublin by trying to go after Thompson. I mean,
yeah, that's the second big hit we've seen on Thompson this drive. So 90 seconds left before the half. Cardinals taking their good old time. Don't want the Hatters to get the ball back. So Cardinals will come out. Only one receiver, that's Gary Fields on the bottom of the left. Tamir Bailey in motion, good to see him back in there. Cleef Lee will push his way inside the 5, and they will mark him about the 3-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal. And the Hatters will take their final timeout to stop the clock with 65 seconds left.
it's not even that cold.
Feels great out.
So, looks like is it 4th and 4 right now?
It is 2nd and 4. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
That's what I thought. I don't.
You're looking at the ball is on the 4-yard line.
And 4 to go.
That's right.
That's my fault. They're.
You want to look where it says down, Paul.
I think they switched that up on me.
No, I think you just switched it up on yourself. So for all you viewers watching, it is 2nd and 4, not 4th and 4.
They do have. Well, they do have a nice scoreboard here. They got the defense logo coming up. I'd like to see Upper Dublin have something like that. But,
yeah, it's a very nice stadium.
Maybe get a video board as well,
All right, I don't know if we have that in the budget, Paul. So 2nd and goal in the shotgun. Ryan Stover, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. John Lee at his side. Handoff is to John Lee, and John Lee, the senior, takes it in for the touchdown. 27-7. Cardinals dominating here in the first half. That's the senior's first touchdown of the night. And with 1 minute and a second left on the clock, Cardinals lead by 20 with the extra point. Could make it 21. Extra point is up, and it is good. 28-7. Cardinals lead with 61 seconds left in the first half. So Cole DeAndre will kick it again from the 40s. As we've mentioned many times, he's really perfected the squib kick, and he's giving other teams fits returning it. Hatboro has had their share of trouble so far in this game.
And Cole DeAndre doing his signature jump up in the air.
That's right, get this team pumped up. So he will line drive, and it's a squib again. Fielded inside the 10-yard line, and O'Malley hit hard, and that's going to be a penalty, I believe. helmet-to-helmet hit, so the Hatters will move another 15 yards up.
I don't know if I saw any flags on the field, but you could hear that. There is, but you could hear that from here. I mean, that's a call that you got to make. I mean, especially you want to protect these players from getting hurt.
Well, it's not a defenseless receiver, so, I mean, I know in the NFL that wouldn't be a penalty, but I'm not sure in high school because, they want to protect these kids, obviously. And the refs are actually discussing it now if it is a penalty or not.
I don't mind if they discuss it because, it's better to make the right call at the right moment because you don't want to go and take away an opportunity for one team or another.
And it's okay to throw the flag and then say, we made a mistake, it's not a penalty, which is what they're doing. They're talking about it. The penalty will stand, so the Hatters will move 15 yards up, but it was a good job by the referees to discuss that one.
So, yep, there is a flag there on the field.
So the Hatters will start at the 42-yard line. However, there's only 55 seconds left, and they are out of timeouts. The clock will stop if they get a first down to reset the chains for a few seconds, but other than that, they can't stop the clock without going out of bounds. So in the shotgun, Walsh takes the snap, pressure coming, and he's going to go down. Number 11, John Lee, and number 56, Jack Rapine in on the sack, and the Cardinals' defense stands tall once again.
John Lee getting the touchdown, then getting the sack, I don't know if there's anything like a Gordie Howe hat trick in football, but, it looks like he's pretty much there. I don't know how many players really do that in a game.
Well, as we mentioned, a lot of these players play both sides of the ball. We saw Matt Thompson earlier making plays. Of course, we mentioned Tamir Bailey a number of times. Walsh takes the snap, pressure coming, and again he'll go down, and again, number 56, Jack Rapine, the sack. And that might take us to the half.
That's a way for Upper Dublin to really get their momentum to the really into the locker room. So great job by them to get 2 sacks to pretty much end the quarter there, end the half, because it looks like the clock's going to run out as none of the players even got to the line.
And indeed, that will end the first half. So, a dominant first half for the Cardinals. We will be back with the second half action on UDTV. Cardinals lead it 28-7.
Welcome back to UDTV for the start of the second half of tonight's game between the Upper Dublin Cardinals and the Hatboro Horsham Hatters. Our score at the start of the third quarter, Upper Dublin 28, Hatboro Horsham 7. And the Hatters are set to kick it away. Pretty long windup there from number 8 as he tries the onside kick, but it does not count as the Cardinals recover.
He was not too happy about that one, and we actually don't know who number 8 is. He's not on our sheet.
That could just be a mistake on my part. It looked like a number 8, though. Those black jerseys, they get to me. So Upper Dublin will start at just about midfield.
And I think Hatboro Horsham really was planning to just get a turnover there and, start in Upper Dublin territory. It didn't work out, and, they needed something like that. And now Upper Dublin in a very good spot to score.
Stover with 2 receivers to his left and 2 to his right. They gave his to Michael Cottam, and Cottam is brought down at virtually the line of scrimmage.
It's better than not losing yards, so good job there by them just to maybe get 1. They did get 1 on that play, actually.
They did get 1. 2nd down and 9, and they are now officially into Hatboro Horsham territory at the Hatters' 49-yard line. Stover lining up with 3 receivers now to his left and just 1 to his right. He's back to pass, under pressure, and he's going to get brought down.
That's not what they really wanted there. You did see that number 17, John Barrett, was kind of open, but, you don't want to risk anything right now. Better just kind of take the sack here. But it does bring you really far back at 3rd and 15. They could have tried to throw it away, which would have been the better option.
Loss of a couple of yards now. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 15. Upper Dublin pushed back into their own territory. They will begin from their own 45. Stover back to pass. He has no receivers to his right. All of them are to his left. Under pressure once again, and yet again he's going to be brought down. The 2nd straight sack of Ryan Stover.
So pretty much the plays have been like sacks. Upper Dublin sacked their Hatboro Horsham's quarterback twice, and now Ryan Stover gets sacked twice. We haven't really seen something like this happen before this year for Upper Dublin, and this is kind of concerning.
An unsuccessful start to the second half for Upper Dublin, and the punting unit is on. Cole DeAndrea set to punt. And the receiver for Hatboro Horsham set to receive. We'll get the number once we see it. There's the punt, almost blocked. And it's going to be taken by, it looks like number 20, Calvin Broadus Jr. Broadus is across midfield. There's a flag on the play as he gets brought down at around the 40-yard line. The ball might have come loose.
So it looks like it might be coming back into Hatboro Horsham territory, so we'll see what happens here. And I do say those jerseys are hard to see, especially with the black numbers, and there's no numbers on the side as well, so it is harder to identify these players.
We'll see what the flag is on.
That's going to be a big loss here for Hatboro Horsham, as it's going to be in their... They're bringing it back even farther. It looks like it might even be where the punt was caught. It's going to be probably at the 28-yard line. So that's a crushing blow for Hatboro Horsham, as they were at around the Upper Dublin's 45.
Obviously unfavorable field position considering those two positions. Upper Dublin out of the huddle. And now Hatboro Horsham is as well.
Seems like this quarter's going a little bit faster this time around than the last one.
9:25 to go. That pass is caught by number 1. That's Charlie Obrecht, and Obrecht is brought down around midfield.
He's caught a bunch of pretty good passes today, and, you know, it's just the trend's continuing. That Upper Dublin just missed out on covering. They had 2 men on there. One of them just kind of couldn't really tell who it was. I think it was... That was David Bryant there. He kind of missed out on that, and that leads to them getting some yardage.
The Hatters are now at their own 47-yard line. It's been surprising that who we thought was their star receiver, John O'Malley, has been relatively quiet tonight. Walsh back to pass. He fires downfield, and it is out of the reach of number 6, John O'Malley. And another flag is down.
I think that might be on the hit on the quarterback there. That's what I might see as the only flag option there. And that could not be good here. It was roughing the passer.
It is indeed a personal foul, roughing the passer. And that will move the Hatters up a ways. Clock stops at 8:50 in this third quarter. Just about a quarter of the way through. That's going to move Hatboro Horsham up to Upper Dublin's 39-yard line. Walsh back to pass, under pressure, and he almost loses the ball as Thomas Henning tried to hit him, and he can just throw it out of bounds. Another great play by Thomas Henning to what could have forced a fumble.
Henning seems to get the job done. Just wish he could have brought him down that far back, and that would have been a crushing blow for Hatboro Horsham. They have to throw the ball down.
Looks like there's a penalty on the play.
Looks like another flag might be down.
I might think, could maybe be intentional grounding, as I didn't really see a receiver over there, but we'll see. Is that kind of what you noticed, Gidley?
A little bit, yeah.
We'll see as the ref's coming out there to make the call. Against the Cardinals. Oh, wait, no. It looks like it might have been, I don't know. We don't really have any information. Looks like it might have been declined there.
Something happened after the pass, but nonetheless it will remain first down for Hatboro at Upper Dublin's 39-yard line.
It's hard to hear the PA announcer over here, so if we do apologize about any information that might be lost in translation.
Walsh will give to that is number 45, Joe Albano. And it looks like we might have an injured Cardinal down. That's number 21, David Bryant. Well, he's up and walking to the sidelines, so that's always a good sign.
Oh, yes, but not good to still see an injured player. Hopefully he'll be all right. Khalif Lee taking a knee down there, well over in Hatboro Horsham territory, out of bounds.
Play will resume, and Hatboro is at Upper Dublin's 32-yard line. Walsh has two receivers to his left, or two to his right, and one to his left. Walsh back to pass, under pressure, and he's going to get brought down. That was number 57. We don't have a number 57 on our roster, and the PA announcer said number 57 too. And the closest there is 56, Jack Rapine.
I think it actually might be Henry Weinbrake. That's what I've heard. Maybe might have changed his number actually.
Well, it could have been a 2. Well, all that matters is that Upper Dublin got a sack, and Hatboro Horsham has lost a substantial amount of yards. It's 3rd and 15 from the Cardinals' 44-yard line. Walsh now the reverse of the last play. Two receivers to his left and one to his right. Walsh back to pass under pressure once again. He fires, and it's caught by a wide-open number 9. That is Matt Reamer.
He seems to be making those catches so far, but really just get back to the line of scrimmage there. So they're going to have to do something here. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 10. The scoreboard's not updated yet, so I assume that's what it is at. Yep, 4th and 10. So I think they might go for it here, considering how far they are down, considering where they are on the field. So if they give it up, it's not going to be like the worst of positions. Penalty against the Cardinals. Not sure what that's about. Any idea, John?
I didn't hear I didn't see a flag, nor did I hear an announcement.
I think the players are a little confused as well, and they're going to be bringing the ball. Looks like to a first down. Oh man.
Yeah, they've been a little discreet about the penalties.
It's really hard to tell. Well, I mean, the PA system here, it's hard to hear what they're saying, and then you can't really see what the refs are saying as well, or what they're motioning on there, which are the two key ways to determine what the penalties are. So it's been a little bit of a difficulty, but it looks like Hatboro's in a very good place right now. It's going to be 1st and 10, almost in the red zone, 1 yard out of the red zone.
Brand new set of downs from about the 21 or 22-yard line. Walsh back to pass. He fires, and it is caught and immediately out of bounds goes number 1, Charlie Obrecht. We'll see what the ruling is. Yes, they're going to say he dropped it, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
It seems like with Ulbrich, he either drops it or makes the catch, which is really that's what I've seen. Like, he's had about 7 or 8 pretty good chances to make a play, and I'd say he's maybe converted on about 2 of them.
2nd down and 10, still at the 21.
7:06 here left in the third.
Walsh again back to pass. He's scrambling. Under pressure. He's got 3 Cardinal defenders behind them. 2 run into each other. He fires to the end zone, and it is caught, but he was out of bounds, it looked like.
Well, the Cardinals defenders, they rammed into each other. They would have had a sack there. You can see players arguing on both sides. I don't think they're going to give it to him.
1 foot clearly looked like he was out of bounds.
And we don't even have the best of views here. You see, they're going to talk it over. Hopefully they make the right call, but that's not always the case.
I don't really think it's worth talking over. I think 1 foot was definitely out of bounds.
You know, I think these guys just are really committed on making these calls. They don't want to, face criticism from parents or anything. But, I mean, on this call, even if they're wrong,
oh, no, they called it a touchdown. Oh, my God, what an awful call. Just an absolutely awful call, and that's from a neutral standpoint, too.
Yeah, that's something that you're going to tick off people from both sides on this one.
That was just a terrible, terrible call. And now a flag is down. Go figure.
Does Upper Dublin have the opportunity to challenge that?
No, there are no challenge flags in high school, Paul.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Kind of joking on that. Wish we had the NFL capability there. But, maybe some calls wouldn't go the Cardinals' way. I mean, you win some, you lose some, but you hope that you...
Matt Reamer's extra point nearly blocked is good, and that is now a 28-14 game. And once again, in case you missed it, an awful, awful, awful call by the referees.
Yeah, I haven't seen something like that happen in a while. I mean, if we can see it from here and those guys are right next to it, I'm not really sure what to say. I mean, this is not something that, like, even if I saw that for Hatboro Horsham, I would be like, I mean, if it went Upper Dublin's way, I would be like, all right, that's a wrong call, because that is the wrong call. It's not something that really needs to be discussed really any further. Upper Dublin hopefully will be able to just get a touchdown here, to bring that gap back up to 21.
So now a brief pause in the action.
It's still a pretty good lead here for Upper Dublin, 14. I mean, you can't complain about that, but you'd like to get as many points as possible and like to stop as many. Just kind of wish those Cardinal defenders didn't knock into each other there.
And now number 30, Michael Keller, is back to kick. And guess what? Another flag is down.
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't just let that play run out. I mean, they just called it immediately. I mean, if that's a flag on Hatboro Horsham, which it is, I mean, but that does take away your kind of like your mood almost in the game, because you might be getting into a certain type of zone, and it can really disrupt that as a team. But it does benefit the Cardinals in the end. It should, at least.
So Keller will re-kick. And this time it's a squib kick. It's going to get picked up by number 33, Philip Butler. Butler across midfield. He's to the 45, and he's going to be brought down in the Hatboro Horsham 40-yard line vicinity. And that is pretty good field position for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Philip Butler, we saw him in the game versus Wissahickon, which he went and had his first ever touchdown run. Congratulations again on that one. And, he's shown another great run there. So lots of things are looking up for, I believe, the sophomore.
I believe he is a sophomore, yes. Yes, he is.
Yes.
That's what it says on our roster. Upper Dublin will start from the Hatboro Horsham 38-yard line with obviously a brand new set of downs on 1st and 10.
6:45 here left in the third, so plenty of time to get a play off.
Stover has Matt Thompson to his far left. Khalif Lee is behind Stover. The give is to Khalif Lee. And he is going to be brought down inside the 30 for a gain of maybe 5.
So that's something nice to see. I mean, you got Khalif Lee. I mean, he gets the carries. It might not be the amount of yards that you need, but I mean, 5 yards is 5 yards, especially on your first down. That's not, you can't complain about that.
Half the distance to a first down now. It is 2nd and 5 from the Hatters 33. Stover gives to Khalif Lee again, and it looks like he probably got the first down there. We'll see the official ruling. Now they're going to say 3rd and 1. He came up 1 yard short.
Didn't look like it from here, but, you know, that's the official ruling. That's what we got to go with, and they're the final decision on the field.
3rd and 1 for the 29.
Will they run it with Khalif Lee again, or do you think maybe a QB scramble here?
We shall see. 3 backs now. The give once again is to Khalif Lee, and he is brought down, which it looks like that should be an easy first down.
Yeah, that's a first down from what I can see.
Then it looks like there was a bit of a scuffle there between number 5 of Upper Dublin, Samira Bailey, and number 9, Matt Reamer. Reamer was complaining about maybe a bit of a hard hit by Bailey, and he was looking for a flag.
I don't know if Bailey really wants to get into scuffles like that. I mean, especially after like limping off the field with an injury. I would try to avoid that at all costs, and I think that's what he was trying to do there.
I would assume it's a brand new set of downs.
It is.
From the 27-yard line. The scoreboard has just not been updated. Stover gives his time to John Lee, and he is brought down inside the 30.
I've been trying to wink at you.
Get out of UDTV, CDTV.
I've been trying to wink at you for an hour, and you haven't looked over, kid.
Ginsburg, how's this?
Second down and 6 now. It was a gain of 4 for John Lee. The give once again is to John Lee. Lee scrambling his way down to the what looks like the 15-yard line, and it looks like he got a first down.
Definitely the better of the 2 carries there for John Lee, and we'll see what happens here. I think he might pass it here. I mean, he might go. I mean, there's a ton of options that Ryan Stover has. I mean, it's not like he has a one-trick pony that he has to go to every time. He has multiple options.
Cardinals did get the first down there, and they're now into the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line, or 16-yard line, excuse me. Two receivers to Stover's left and 2 to his right as well. For the 3rd time, they give us to John Lee, and Lee is brought down to around the 10.
Nothing wrong with a 5-yard gain there.
Half the distance to a first down now. It is 2nd down and 5 from the 11.
The James trail.
Andrew, just make it relatable to sports.
You have to do the James Trailey voice when they score. And it's a touchdown.
Stover gives once again to John Lee, and Lee's brought down at the 5. I would assume he got the first down there.
You know, John Lee's really been pushing his way through. I think they might go and get Khalif Lee to come in here. But you might want to just stick with your man there.
It is 1st and goal from the 5. Gary Fields, Matt Thompson, and John Barrett, or Michael Sowers, excuse me, are out. And among the 3 entering is number 26, Khalif Lee. Looking for his 2nd touchdown tonight. That would make it 4 straight games of multiple touchdowns. And that would be, I believe, 10 touchdowns in 4 games. Hatboro Horsham player almost jumping off sides there, and we got a flag down. Let's see what that's on.
Probably on that play.
No, penalty was on the Cardinals. It's a 5-yard penalty. And it is still first and goal, but they're backed up to the 10.
I think it's a good chance here for Upper Dublin to score a touchdown here.
They give us to John Lee. Lee is to the 5. He cuts back, and he's brought down between the 5-yard line and the goal line. It's going to be second and goal from, I would think, the 3 or 4 yard line.
Nothing wrong with that, and it looks like it's saying the 5-yard line they're spotting it at, which I don't think was correct, but you know.
It is at the 5, second and goal.
There's nothing wrong with that, Stevie. Nothing wrong with that.
Second and goal to give us to John Lee. He's got an easy touchdown for Upper Dublin, and the lead is right back where it was.
Nothing wrong with that. John Lee just driving them down the field and, you know, getting them the touchdown. Great job there by Upper Dublin.
The score is now 34-14, and with the extra point, Upper Dublin will once again be up by 21.
I don't really think the Hatboro Horsham, they got a sign that keeps saying defense, but, you know, that defense sign, I don't think it's helping them at all.
I don't really think signs help defenses at all, Paul. I mean, it would be a rather odd defense if it were motivated by a sign. Extra point is no good from Cole DeAndrea, so it'll be a 20-point lead instead of 21. 34-14 Upper Dublin.
That's not what you want to see there. But any lead is a good lead, and, you know, getting those points on there should help them. Because Hatboro Horsham has had difficulty to get more than 14 points. I think usually one of their highest. They usually get around 18 points a game.
Well, it's only a difference of 4 points, so. Paul, I want to know your source on that stat.
That was max preps I did. It was a very loose average on that one, but I was looking at various games that they had this year. Some that were a little higher, some that were a little lower. I say around 18 to 20 points per game as usual. Their past few games, they've really only been able to score 18.
Yeah, it seems reasonable for a 2-6 team.
Godspeed, Stevie.
So Cole DeAndrea doing his nice little jump up in the air, and he's about to kick it off.
It's a line drive kick, and it will go in the end zone for a touchback.
That really doesn't happen often in high school, but, you know, that's pretty chill. And, you know, he got a really boomer of a kick there. Really boomer of one, and that was a fantastic job by Cole DeAndrea.
Did they tell you to say that? Our apologies for Paul Sutton's tomfoolery. And as we try to get back to the game, Hatboro Horsham will automatically start at their own 20-yard line with the touchback. It'll be 1st and 10.
They don't really have to worry about how Hatboro Horsham did going at the end of the half because, you know, they'll get the ball back.
Number 45, Samuel Lee. I'm sorry, I'm looking at Upper Dublin's roster. That's number 45, Joe Albano, with short gain for Hatboro Horsham, and that's pretty chill.
You know, that's, you know, you can't go wrong with how our defense has done this year. I mean, they've done a fantastic job. Clock's starting to wind down here, and really they've been keeping Hatboro Horsham at a minimum.
2nd down and 7 from the 24 or 23-yard line, it looks like. Walsh back to pass. He fires, and it's caught by number 1, Charlie Obrecht. And Obrecht is going to be brought down around the 35-yard line. He was laid out there by number 34 of Upper Dublin, Evan Scott.
And David Bryant, he looks like he tripped on the play, number 21. So that definitely didn't really help him. But, it's all right. It'll work out in the end for Upper Dublin. I mean, they have a 20-point lead, so you can't go wrong with that.
Brand new set of downs, less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Hatboro Horsham starting at their own 34. Down 34-14.
Kind of ironic they're starting at their own 34, considering Upper Dublin's up 34. Up at 34 to 14.
Walsh back to pass. And it is off the hands of number 9, Matt Reamer, and it was intercepted in the air by number 56, Jack Rapine.
It actually looked like it hit off his helmet. I thought I heard a clank there from it. So any way they can get it, good job by Jack Rapine to go in, turn it over for Upper Dublin. And now they got a great chance in Hatboro Horsham territory to get another touchdown.
Clock stopped at 28.6 seconds. And Upper Dublin will start at the Hatters' 38-yard line. Stover back to pass. He fires over the middle, and it looks like that was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looked like it just bounced right before it got to Michael Sowers. But, whatever happens, happens. And, they'll get another shot here with still just only 10 yards away from a first down.
Second down and 10, still from the 38-yard line of Hatboro Horsham.
Upper Dublin's in really great spot to widen their lead even more. I don't think they're going to go for a 2-point conversion. They're just going to probably just get a field goal if they go.
No need to. Stover firing over the middle. Pass is caught by John Lee. And Lee is going to be brought down at around the 30 or 25-yard line. We'll see if that's good enough for a first.
Really he took advantage of that short pass. John Lee just kind of stayed there. The whole offensive line. The defensive line for Hatboro Horsham just seemed to have rushed over there like a pack of rabid dogs.
Stevie, did you just hear that? Like a pack of rabid dogs. A brand new set of downs. The clock will tick down. And Upper Dublin will start from the Hatboro Horsham's 26-yard line with 1st and 10, as that brings an end to this third quarter. Upper Dublin able to get on the board once again. Hatboro Horsham scores their second touchdown of the night, and it's 34-14 at the end of the third quarter. We'll be back for the fourth here on UDTV. Down to the 1 yard line. The Cardinals strike early in the fourth quarter. Again, I'm Stevie Taylor alongside John Gidley. What a play to start the fourth quarter, and the Cardinals down to the 1 yard line quickly. Our apologies for Paul Sutton.
Anyway, Cardinals lead 34-14, and now they're looking for more at the 1 yard line. Cardinals now less than 12 minutes away from improving their conference record to a perfect 6-0 record, and they will clinch at least a share of the conference title. So first and goal from the 1, Stover and the Cardinals in the power formation. Handoff up the middle, and Tamir Bailey, the senior who was injured earlier in the game, comes back and scores a touchdown. Great to see him get on the scoreboard.
Nice way to redeem himself there, and now 40 points are put up by the Cardinals.
Another dominating performance from the Cards, to say the least.
What's the most points they've scored this year, to be exact?
46, I believe, against Springfield.
Okay, so they are a touchdown away from breaking that. There's some confusion being ironed out apparently among the refs. I don't know what for.
And there's a penalty flag on the play. We'll see what it is. So the Cardinals will re-kick the extra point after the false start. And John, there was a little bit of nervousness among the fans when Hatboro Horsham scored to make it 28-14, but the Cardinals have certainly put away those nerves.
Well, I don't really think it was a sense of nervousness. I just think that it was a sense of anger because of how awful a call it was by the refs.
There were a few penalty calls and then, of course, that controversial touchdown, but the Cards definitely responded well. Now 13 straight points, and they lead at 41-14 with 11:18 left in the game.
Cole DeAndrea's extra point good, as you saw.
Again, I'm Stevie Taylor alongside John Gidley. Paul Sutton, thank goodness, is back on the camera. And luckily he didn't hear me say that. Anyway, 41-14. Cardinals all over the Hatters tonight on this cool and crisp Friday night. It's been probably the coldest Friday night we've had so far, although it's not too cold.
Yes, well, that's saying something because it's been relatively nice.
As opposed to last year, there were quite a few cold ones.
I cite the PW and Abington games. My goodness, was it cold.
Yeah, tonight it's in the 50s, which is nice. Maybe down to the 40s now. So Cole DeAndrea once again. I'm sure his leg's getting tired from all these kickoffs. He will squib it away, a line drive kick actually, and field it around the 10-yard line. Across the 20 and tackled shortly after the 25-yard line. And that is where the Hatters begin their drive, trailing 41-14. John, what another dominant performance from these Cardinals tonight.
Absolutely. This game's virtually over right now. And I probably cursed them by saying that.
I don't think they'll blow a 41-14 lead with 11 minutes to go. So the Hatters will start the drive at the 25-yard line. Of course, this is their homecoming night, so the Cardinals definitely spoiling that so far at 41-14. And Walsh will take the snap, throw a quick screen, and that's a good gain across the 40, across the 45, and finally wrapped up, actually at the 40, excuse me. That was a good screen pass and a good gain there from number 5, Kingsley Nuru, who we thought was injured.
Yes, he was the one that got injured a couple of Thursday nights ago and had to be taken off on an ambulance, and now he's back on the field.
Well, I guess it's another fault at Paul Sutton there. He told us he was out, but apparently he is alive and well and making nice plays.
We would like to reiterate our apologies for Paul Sutton.
That's all there is to say about that. So 1st and 10 for the Hatters. over the middle, caught, and a huge gain across the 30, 25, and Matt Thompson finally brings him down from behind to the 20. That was number 9, Matt Reamer, his first catch of the night. And Matt Thompson finally able to catch up to him at the 20-yard line. A big gain for the Hatters.
Certainly a big gain, and a nice tackle there by Matt Thompson coming out from behind and just almost destroying him.
About 40 yards on the catch and run that time, but it could have been, a little more. So 1st and 10 now. The Hatters showing a little bit of life tonight, at least right now, but a little late for that. They will hand it off and met right at the line of scrimmage. That's number 5, Kingsley Newar, who, again, is not injured. He is playing, and a short gain.
A great turnout tonight by the Hatboro Horsham crowd. Paul, can we get a shot of the Hatboro Horsham crowd?
Wow.
I mean, look at that crowd, ladies and gentlemen, all 10 of them.
And UDTV would like to announce that John Gidley has been kicked off the broadcast for the rest of the season due to comments about opposing student sections.
That's for the opponent. What are you talking about?
Walsh takes the snap. Pressure coming, and he's going to go down. Another Upper Dublin sack. That's probably 5 or 6 sacks now by the Cardinal defense.
Another dominant night for the defense. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when it's just a blowout. We start to make stupid comments like this, and what happens?
Please continue watching us. We are a quality production, and John Gidley does not reflect the rest of our broadcast booth. Neither does Paul Sutton, and neither does James Traley. So it's basically just me.
No, it's barely you. We'd like to remind you to stay tuned for the Cardinals post-game show after this game.
Yeah, like they're going to stay tuned to that after watching this. Anyway, this is going downhill quickly. 3rd and 13 for the Hatters. Ball at the 20. Walsh will roll those right. Throw over the middle, caught, and a huge hit there from, I believe that's Matt Thompson with a play. A nice catch, though, from number 9. That's his second catch of the game, Matt Reamer. Second catch of the drive for him. And that will move the chains. 1st and goal now for the Hatters around the 10-yard line. So 8:20 to go and counting. 1st and goal for Hatboro Horsham at the Upper Dublin 10-yard line. I formation for the Hatters. O'Malley, the only receiver. They'll fake the handoff. O'Malley now looking. Pressure coming. Makes the man miss. And he's going to throw it away. Almost intercepted. That was a great play. That was, I believe, number 52. Yes. Number 52 for the Cardinals. That's Henry Weinbrake, but there is a penalty flag again. We've seen plenty of those tonight.
I'll say. I don't even want to talk about it.
So after the penalty, it'll be 1st and goal at the 5 for the Hatters. That was against the Cardinals. And John, I don't think we've ever sat next to the band before, but they are quite loud.
Thank you, Stevie.
They're doing their job well. Got to hand it to Mr. Horn, the band director, and all the band members. They do a great job. 8 minutes to go. 1st and goal from the 5. Walsh, quick throw, and that one is into the ground. Intended for O'Malley, but that wasn't even close. It'll be 2nd and goal.
We should mention we have a brave cameraman on a cherry picker behind that one goalpost.
That's right. He wants to get some good action for Hatboro Horsham for the homecoming game. Not many highlights, though, for the Hatters right now. And it's getting a little chilly now. The wind's picking up, and Cardinals closing in on a victory, up 41-14.
I see one section here where there are literally 2 people at the very top. I mean, really?
So 41-14. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Hatters. Handoff, And touchdown for the Hatters. That's number 5, who we mentioned before, Kingsley Naru. And it's great to see him score on his homecoming night. He's only a junior, but he suffered that nasty injury earlier in the season. It's good to see him get a touchdown on his homecoming night.
And he'll probably have another good senior year next year.
So Hatters for the extra point. It is almost blocked, but it is up and good. 41-21 is now our score.
And it nearly hit the cameraman on the cherry picker.
Well, we warned him about it, didn't we? We have still 23 minutes. So Hatters ready to kick it away. 41-21. We'll see if we see an onside kick from the Hatters. And indeed we do. It is. And everybody was waiting for it to go 10 yards. It went about 9.5 and then just stopped. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
What is going on with tonight's game?
It stopped bouncing around 7 yards and then just kind of rolled another 2.5 yards and just stood there at 9.5 yards. Both teams waiting. Nothing happens, and it'll be Cardinals football.
And now the ref's just going to stare at it.
I have never seen that before. Gotta love high school football.
Friday Night Lights.
That's right. So if the Cards get in the end zone one more time, they will surpass their highest scoring total of the season. Of course, we mentioned they scored 46 points in a win over Springfield earlier in the year. Right now they have 41. And good to see our cameraman Paul Sutton dancing to the marching band. Gotta love those moves. He's getting ready for coronation tomorrow night.
Just dance like your grandma's watching, Paul.
That's right. Don't bend or else the dance will end, Paul. So second and about 10 after Cleef Lee carried for no gain.
Don't hit the floor, Paul. It's dirty.
Good thing the camera's not on Paul Sutton right now. He's doing some things that are not made for TV. Anyway, Cards second and 10. Handoff to John Lee around the left side, and he pushes his way forward. And the second effort gets him to the 43-yard line. A good gain for John Lee.
Not that Paul Sutton was made for TV in the first place.
So third and about 4 to go for the Cardinals.
Have you realized doesn't cheer for anything that happens on the field, always cheers for cheerleaders and band?
Who never cheers when we're home? Let's go Red.
Yeah.
It's only let's go Red. Let's go Band. Third and 4 for the Cards. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Stover will throw for it. Going deep, he's got Thompson, and almost a great catch from Matt Thompson. But off the outstretched arms of Thompson, and it'll be 4th and 4.
Just off of his fingertips, and I guess Upper Dublin will punt here. They got nothing to lose.
Yeah, a good throw from Ryan Stover there. I mean, it was a little behind Thompson, but he put it in a place where only he could catch it. But unfortunately, Thompson not able to turn around and make the catch. So 4th and 4, the Cards are actually going to go for it with 6:26 left in the ball game. Ball at the Hatboro Horsham 43-yard line. Stover will take the snap. Pressure coming, and he gets rid of it somehow, but it falls incomplete, and it'll be a turnover for the Cardinals.
And so Hatboro Horsham will start around their own 40 or 45-yard line with a brand new set of downs.
Yeah, not really a big loss there for the Cardinals. They're still up by 20 with only 6:20 to go. It would take a miracle for the Hatters to come back in this one.
Our union workers portion of the crowd leaving.
So Hatters 1st and 10 from their own 43, trailing by 20. Walsh looking deep. And that ball is caught, but I think he might have been out of bounds. And indeed he was. A great effort from John O'Malley, but an even better play from number 2, Michael Sowers. Second and 10 for the Hatters.
Well, what do you expect? It's 41-21.
Walsh. Pressure coming. They set up a screen, and it's broken up, but then somehow caught by the running back, Naru. Somehow turns the corner across the 50 and pushed out of bounds. 2 flags fly in.
If there was
There's a lot going on that play.
there was one flag that was thrown about 10 yards.
Is that good?
Yeah, the ref can play for Hatboro Horsham then.
So we'll have to figure out what these flags are for. It might be a one on either team. So the penalty goes against the Hatters. And we'll repeat second down. So the penalty will back the Hatters up about 9 yards. Second and 19 from the 34-yard line. As we are under 6 minutes left in this football game. Again, Cardinals closing in on their 6th win of the conference of season, which would make the record a perfect 6-0. Walsh over the middle. Almost a great catch, but over the head of number 9. That was Matt Reamer. And that'll bring up 3rd and a mile for the Hatters.
Still 3rd and 19.
Third and 19 for the Hatters. At this point, the game is 4-down territory, so we'll see what they do. So they can just try to get about half of it here. 3rd and 19. In the gun, 3 receivers to the right. And we have a timeout called, I believe. No, they're actually going to call a false start, and that'll back up the Hatters another 5 yards. I'll make it 3rd and 24 now. And now Paul is joining in with the cheerleaders in their chant. This is getting scary. Walsh, pressure coming, steps up, rolls across the field, and that one really into no man's land. It'll bring up 4th and 24. So 4th and 24 for the Hatters. Cardinals lead 41-21, 5.5 minutes to go. And the Cardinals have certainly spoiled the Hatters' homecoming night, just as Coach Stover and the Cardinals promised they would at the pep rally. And now the band getting into the cheerleaders dance. Everyone getting into the action, even Paul Sutton, our cameraman. Even some of the parents. So 4th and 24. Hatters will just chuck it deep and hope for a miracle play. Walsh, all day to throw. Now pressure coming, he'll throw it, and it is incomplete, not even close to a first down, and Cardinals take possession.
Brand new set of downs with 5:22 left.
Good analysis, Gidley.
What do you want? It's 41-21.
And the fans really kind of not really paying attention to the game now, just paying attention to the cheerleaders and the band now. They're the main attraction.
Yeah, I mean, can you blame them?
Oh, gosh. So 5:22 to go. Still somehow 5 whole minutes left in the game.
5 long minutes.
And I guess there's a penalty on the Cardinals on that play. Hatters still have the ball 4th and 14 now. So Cardinals looking for another stop. Walsh, deep downfield looking for O'Malley, and he makes the catch. What a play from John O'Malley, and that'll move the chains.
What an improbable play.
It was good coverage from the Cardinals, but an even better throw and an even better catch. Luckily, O'Malley hasn't had too many big plays, and that's one of the reasons the Cardinals are up by 20. They've been able to limit him and the rest of the Hatter offense. Even John Gidley's starting to dance. Walsh, left side, caught, and that'll move the chains again. However, there's a penalty flag down, so we'll see what that is. A lot of penalties in this game. You don't see that many. Holding call on Hatboro Horsham.
These refs' arms are going to be sore tomorrow from throwing all those flags. I mean, my goodness. How many flags have there been tonight? 20?
Oh, there's been, usually, you know, it's a rare to see double digits, but we're at least 15 flags, yeah. That's what they work out for, right?
I guess.
This is the longest game ever. This is a pretty long game, John. It's already been 2.5 hours, and there's still 5 minutes to be played.
That'll probably take half an hour.
Well, with so many penalties. So 1st and 29. Hatter set up a screen, but unable to make any of it. And guess what, John? Another yellow marker.
Well, that was intentional grounding, obviously.
Well, I thought they were setting up a screen, so there would be a running back in the area, but I don't. We'll see what this one's on.
Monday Night Football theme, even though it's Friday.
That's right. This band knows a lot of songs.
Got a big one this week, the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys.
But by the time we actually get this on YouTube, that'll be long over.
Obviously.
So, John, we're rooting for the Cardinals tonight, but on Sunday we'll be rooting against the Cardinals.
Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday afternoon, and it might be a struggle. I mean, considering it's on the road. I mean, if it was at home, maybe a different story, but they're at Arizona, so it'll be a struggle, definitely.
Should be a much better game than we're seeing tonight. And hopefully the Cardinals are not victorious on Sunday. Cardinals are 4 minutes and 40 seconds away from another victory, leading 41-21. It'll be 1st and 42 now for the Hatters after 2 straight penalties. And the refs are still confused. The refs are still confused as to what's happening, as am I. And I don't even know what to say at this point. So we've seen a lot of firsts in this game. We've seen the first 9.5-yard onside kick, the first 1st and 42, as Walsh will roll to his left. He's going to scramble, and he slides out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
The first 20 penalty game.
Yeah, we don't see a whole lot of those in high school football. Short gain for Walsh will bring up 2nd and 40 now. So, almost there for the Hatters.
You know, 40 more yards and they might just get it. Maybe a big passing play, you know.
Walsh, pressure coming, and he's going to go down. Once again, another sack for the Cardinals. And their defense has been ferocious tonight. pass rush has been in Walsh's face all night long.
This is just disastrous. This is, what, 3rd and 43?
Wow. This is worse than 4th and 26.
Well, at least the Eagles were able to convert then. Look at this. 3rd down and 47.
The ball is marked at the Hatboro Horsham 25-yard line. The first down is all the way at the Upper Dublin 27. I have never seen this, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd and 47. Think they'll get it, John?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think this is a little embarrassing on the referee's part, too.
So Casey Walsh, he's just going to throw it over the middle. It is incomplete. 4th and 47. I don't think Look, another flag's down. I think it's a roughing the passer, and I believe if it is roughing the passer, that might be an automatic first down, so they might convert this 3rd and 47. It is against the Cardinals. And the crowd giving a nice cheer for the cheerleaders. Always nice to see that. And now for the marching band. Great job they do, as always.
Absolutely, no question about it. Best in the business.
Although I do have to admit, I think the male cheerleaders really stole the show at the pep rally, as they always do.
They garnered quite the ovation from the seniors. And it seemed to be exclusively from the seniors.
So they did not convert the 3rd down, only a 15-yard penalty. So it'll be 4th and 32 now for the Hatters.
What a gain.
A long game, really a slow game in this 4th quarter.
I gotta stand up, I'm cold.
And John's cold, he wants to go home.
Stand up at least.
3:31. I think we said there's 5 minutes left, what, like 10 minutes ago maybe?
Yeah, 3:31 now.
So we've knocked off a whole 90 seconds of the clock in the past 10 minutes. And there's been at least 5 penalties in that time span.
Oh, thank God.
Wait till after the 4th down.
Okay.
So 4th and 32, and the Hatters are going to go for it. Why not, right?
4th and 32 from the own 40-yard line. The first down marker still at Upper Dublin's 28.
Part of me kind of wants to see him make this, just for the heck of it.
Be like kind of a Ray Rice play. Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Sorry.
Hey,
Sorry.
John Gidley is suspended 2 games. So 4th and 32, they're going to fake the handoff. Walsh is just going to chuck it up, I would assume. No, he's going to throw for about 5 yards. And he's going to be tackled well short of the first down. Actually got about 15 yards on that play, but well short of the first down.
There's been a recent development in light of my the controversy of my 2-game suspension. I'm now on the exempt commissioners list. Our commissioner being Jason Trennis.
So the Cardinals take over on downs now, 1st and 10 from the Upper Dublin 39, and we have another stoppage. Hatboro Horsham will spend a timeout, and that will make this game just keep going. 3:20 still to go. My goodness, this is a long game. And if you're tuning in here on YouTube or on the local channel, you might as well just turn it off.
Yeah, A, thank you. And
you're a real fan.
Yeah,
if you're still watching this.
And B, we're a little concerned.
Hopefully you don't have to go anywhere soon. You're just watching the end of the game because those 3 minutes, 20 seconds are going to take another 20 minutes.
Why are they playing all of our songs?
And now the Hatboro Horsham Marching Band is playing the signature Upper Dublin Marching Band. Maybe a mockery or I don't know, but we're winning on the scoreboard. That's all that matters.
They've played virtually all of our playlist.
Yes, there were 8 minutes left on the scoreboard 20 minutes ago. Since then, we have knocked off 4 minutes and 40 seconds in 20 minutes.
Better than average.
This is worse than an NBA playoff game in the final 2 minutes.
Oh, or a March Madness game in the final 5 seconds.
Oh, gosh. Handoff. Number 1, Michael Cottom. and he gets across the 50. Meanwhile, number 15, Justin Horn, is in at quarterback for the Cardinals, as they're just going to let the clock wind down, hopefully get this game over with and improve to 6-0 in the conference.
Yeah, nice decision to take out Stover. Don't want him getting hurt on stupid play.
Right. That's right. And the Upper Dublin Marching Band ready to play Closing Time, their signature song when the Cardinals are closing in on another victory.
Hats off to Hatboro Horsham tonight. Sorry I had to do it.
You know, we made a few puns last week with the Bears and the Cardinals. You know, it took us a long time, but we got it in. Michael caught him with the handoff again. And caught him to the 45-yard line. That'll be close to an Upper Dublin first down. And Closing Time is playing as the Cardinals ready to close in on yet another victory. This will improve them to 8-1 overall and 6-0 in the Suburban One American Conference. What a season from the Cardinals.
Absolutely. Have the chance to go to 7-0 in the conference next week, and as the clock winds down, we can now say that the Upper Dublin Cardinals are at least partially champions of the Suburban One American Conference.
That's right. This win will guarantee them at least a share. They will be undefeated heading next week as Michael caught him with a big run across the 30, across the 20, and he steps out of bounds. No, they're going to mark him in, actually. And he gets down to the 5-yard line in an electrifying run from Michael Cottam. As I was saying, the Cardinals guaranteed at least a share of the title with either Cheltenham or Plymouth Whitemarsh. But, of course, they'd love to win the conference outright next week against Upper Marion.
An explosive run, as you mentioned, from Michael Cottam. Usually we only see that on the kickoff returns. Nice to see him getting some runs here.
I'm looking at the clock. I know the time. I know how to get there.
I'm not. Cardinals just letting the clock run down. Horn will just take an in. It's a classy move from the Cardinals. No need to rub salt in the wounds, especially on homecoming night for the Hatters.
I don't know. I would have liked to see another score, but then again, I'm pretty.
And the Cardinals take one last knee, and that will be the ball game. Cardinals come into Hatboro Horsham, and on their homecoming night, ruin it. They win by a final score of 41-21. Cardinals improved to a record of 8-1 overall, 6-0 in the conference. Meanwhile, Hatboro Horsham falls to 2-6 overall, or excuse me, 2-7 overall, and 2-4 in the conference. John, what are your final thoughts on this game?
An explosive game, an awesome game for the Upper Dublin offense, good game for the defense as well, and I'm excited for next week's game against Upper Marion. It is going to be a big game, even though Upper Marion's winless. That's
right. Next week, the senior night, last home game, or home regular season game, as John mentioned, against the Upper Marion Vikings, who are winless. However, it will be an electric atmosphere as the Cardinals have a chance to clinch the Suburban One American Conference title and be sole champions for the 2014 season.
At home.
That's right, at home, in front of the Bird Gang. Tonight, with the victory, they do clinch at least a share of the title, but next week, they want to clinch it outright. So for John Gidley and Paul Sutton, I'm Stevie Taylor.
You're Stevie Taylor.
Cardinals win 41-21. We'll see you next week when they take on Upper Marion with a chance to win the Suburban One American Conference title. Go Cards!